elections precedent. In fact, the attack took place on Monday, the 17th. We filed an application before the High Court of Kenya, and we did obtain orders stopping the arrest, arraignment, or registration of any charge sheet against our clients. The DCI, though as it is, proceeded to forcefully break into our clients' premises and forcefully arrested and detained more than 12 hours in disregard of the court order. The court order was served on the officers and their officers. Today in court, we've informed the magistrate of the existence of the court orders. We confirmed to the DPP, who, in true duty and respect of the Constitution, has communicated to court that they shall at all times be guided by and comply with orders of the courts as and when issued. And in that regard, the DPP has proceeded to inform the court that they do not intend to proceed to register or continue any criminal proceedings against Mr. Jimmy Wanjigi and Ms. Wanjigi until any further orders or directions are issued by the High Court. So as we stand today, there are no ongoing criminal proceedings against Mr. Wanjigi and Ms. The DPP has accepted and has committed to obey that court order and by conduct thereof. We must now draw parallels between the office of DPP and the DCI. We will not fight criminal justice in the way that DCI is conducting himself in disregard of court orders. When they engage in acts that almost amount to criminal acts and forcefully break into people's homes, forcefully arrest and detain, where do they intend those people to go? You only take them to court. And if the same court has given an order, lawfully so and served upon the officers of DCI, will do a great service to this country if the DCI officers respected those court orders. Because at the end of the day, you go back to those very same courts. And I must say this, you will note that the purported charge sheet on which the intended prosecution of my clients was based was written under the hand of Mr. George Kinoti on the 30th of November 2021. You will all recall that on 29th of November 2021, the High Court of Kenya had refused an application by Mr. Kinoti to review his committal to jail for 4 months on an application filed by Mr. Jimmy Wanjigi. This is personal vendetta. He filed that letter recommending prosecution on 30th, one day when he was already a convict and ought to have been in prison. In fact, in working systems, that letter by Mr. Kinoti, at the time when he wrote it, he was a convict of the law, didn't have any authority to even perform the functions of a police officer. To proceed to write a letter and to act on it shows you how he has great disregard for the rule of law in this country. We have committed to pursue the rights and interests of our clients to the very end. And we also know, as was said yesterday, our client seems to have a penchant to be harassed every time elections are coming. If it's not guns, it becomes land, it becomes so many things. And the manner in which my client has been subjected to harassment in our justice system calls for question the motive of the persons who are doing this. Last time they raided his home and broke items, didn't even pay for the great damage that they committed on my client's premises. The next thing, they attacked him on the road, right in the highway. Museum gave chase along Thika Road on the highway up to Museum roundabout. I had to use a motorbike to get where my client was. Purportedly, you are claiming to serve an order. And you note, in all these occasions, they send what is called a tactical unit. A tactical unit is a unit deployed to fight with terrorists. These are armed officers who only know one word: shoot. Since when did armed officers become process servers? That they go serving process using sophisticated weapons and menacingly demanding to get hold of my client. Why is it always during election period? I am not surprised that again this time my client being subjected the same kind of harassment that he went through in 2017 is now again happening this year. But I will say this, my client has made a political statement, he's running for president. All these intimidations and harassments will not deter him. He is committed to pursue his political rights under Article 38 of the Constitution to its logical end. No act of harassment, intimidation, no criminal charges, false and unsubstantiated, will deter him from exercising his full Article 38 rights as guaranteed in the Constitution. I believe we'll explain to the rest unless there is no more question to me of the legal questions. Thank you. Let me just say this. Maybe I should have mentioned this. The subject of what is going on in court today is a civil case, ELC case number 227 of 2019. In that case, the Chief Registrar of Land is sued. In that case, Oriam Limited is sued. The Attorney General is sued, and Kendra Limited are sued. I must say this. This case relates to ownership of that piece of land that now they're claiming my client is in legal court, has committed criminal acts against. I must say this. My client is not a director, is not a shareholder, is not a participant in any of the transactions or the proceedings in the ELC case. He is nowhere. He is not associated with that case, and he has no claim to that land that would warrant him to be charged for anything. But having said that, the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya has filed documents from the Lands Registry, Registrar of Companies, Government Printer, Survey of Kenya, Director of Survey of Kenya, all confirming that my client's title in this suit is genuine and legitimate, filed by none other than the Attorney General of the Republic of Kenya. Why then would the DCI, without any supporting documents or evidence, claim that my client and his wife has committed acts of theft or forgery over the same parcel of land? Is it time to say that Kenyan government speaks on two mouths? The AG speaks different from the DCI? And you'll remember, in the contempt case that we are prosecuting against Mr. Kinoti, he is represented by the Attorney General, not even the DPP. So how does it run away from this? And you will note, this report filed in this civil case has a corroborating report from the DCI. A corroborating report from the DCI filed in that civil case, and it indicates persons who should be charged. And they're the following: that the under-mentioned suspects be charged for various offences as per attached copy of charge sheet, also housed under sub-5 G. David Njenga Samson Kuria, alleged businessman. Henry Njoroge Njenga, alleged businessman. Samuel Njuguna Chege, alleged businessman. Priska Nzula Wambua, advocate. Anthony Maseno Anabak, advocate. Sisi Kalunde Musendi, businesswoman. Catherine Jacob Owino, land registrar of Ministry of Lands and Physical Planning. Valentine Jedimo Kingire, clerk at the Registrar of Companies. Lawrence Njogu Mugai, profession not known. Kefa Odhiambo Komo, profession not known. Martin Esakina Papa, ex-chief inspector of police. This is a report of the DCI recommending persons to be prosecuted. And this report was made sometime, filed in court sometimes on the 20th of August 2020. Why has the state not acted on its own report? Now they're trying to change the narrative to embarrass my client in a transaction that is not even involved in the first place. He's not involved in the first place. But even when you investigate, 5 government agencies have independently arrived at one conclusion. The title held by my clients is genuine and legitimate. They were lawful purchasers. Those who sold them the land are in this country, they're existing, and they've confirmed that they sold the land to my clients. those whom they bought the land from have confirmed. So that we bought this land and there's a history to that parcel of land. But that does not involve Mr. Jimmy Wanjigi. But he also is the only one being dragged to court. When it came to the other accused persons, the court had issued summons. But for him, they insisted on getting a warrant of arrest. What was the motive? What was the intention? If not to embarrass, to intimidate, and to put pressure on him, maybe because of his political inclination. We must say that this case is pending. The position in the case this part had is that even the claimant who sued Ms. Sisi Kalunde has been charged for forgery by the same DCI. They've acted partially on their report. They've charged Sisi Kalunde. So why are they now going after Jimmy Wanjigi, who is not even part of those transactions? He's nowhere. He's not part of those transactions. He's not involved. I wanted to make that clear, and maybe I'll share some copies of this for your own records later.
Maybe now that you say the seller has confirmed for you the parcel of land, how will you tell the complainant that has on the seller?
When the issue of ownership of this land arose, my clients, Oriam Limited, lodged a complaint with Parklands Police Station in the year 2018, December 2018. We lodged a complaint at the police station. That investigations file was sent to DCI headquarters under the Land Fraud Unit, who conducted their investigations upon our client's complaint. And they came up with a report confirming that our client's claim was genuine and that the fraudsters were persons who are trying to dispossess my clients of the land. Now, in the purported charge sheet they're trying to introduce here, who do they claim is the complainant? An unknown entity called Directors of Kendroid Limited. A charge sheet, you must disclose in full the name of a complainant. XY, the name, Director, Kendroid Limited. And I must tell you this, Kendroid Limited sought to buy that land from our clients. They never questioned the title held by my clients. We are in a sale agreement with them in which we are selling the land to them. And in court, Pat had the position which the advocate has taken, Mr. Tai, the special prosecutor. He's actually demonstrated and proved that this land belongs to my clients, Oriam Limited. So Oriam, Kendroid does not complain. These are lies. Who is Francis Ngugi? Francis Ngugi is a criminal. The DPP has recommended that Francis should be charged. Why have they not proceeded to charge that?
Okay, are we ready?
Excuse.
Haya.
Hizo simu bwana. Kati. Nasonga juu. Sasa hizi simu mtafanya.
Yeah.
As you are well aware, for the first time in my life,